Shalom. So today we're going to talk about 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 2. It says, "Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband." Now, the thing is, in order for you to understand what fornication is, you have to understand what marriage is from the biblical standpoint, right? So it's the same that if you want to understand what biblical transgressions are, you have to first understand what biblical laws are, right? It takes one to know the other. This was in a time where you have lots of sexual immoralities, different ways of how people do things, as was the custom of the culture that they were living in, just as today, and it's even worse now, right? And let's go to the book of John chapter 4, and we'll get more insight on this. And we're going to start reading from verse 13. It says, "Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life." Listen, it says, "The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw." This is the first mistake, and a lot of people use the word respect, but they don't really know what it means to respect someone or to respect certain things, because respect has to do a lot with your moral principles. So what are the principles that you are keeping in order for you to say you respect someone, or you respect this, or you respect that? Right? She asked him, "Sir, give me this water that I thirst not." That's very disrespectful. That's like you having a man and asking another man for money. You having a man and you're asking other men counsel. Are you having a woman and you're asking every other woman counsel except your wife? That's very disrespectful. And look at the way the Messiah handled the situation, because right here is where the adversary, the spiritual enemy, demonic thoughts, these are the place where they seek to gain advantage. Just these little opportunities, right? But instead he said, "Jesus saith unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither." So that's the first place where he put a mark, he put a stop in. And a lot of you women have experienced this, where you have your husband, but you hear a man speaking and you are getting attracted to him, but it's not really him you're getting attracted to, but the wisdom that he's speaking. Your spirit is connecting with the words, because the words also are spirit. But you mistake your identity into this and think you actually like the man, when your spirit was connecting to just the wisdom. And then if the man is not grounded, as the Messiah said, go and call your husband. If that man is not grounded also, he would fall. Instead of addressing the matter by seeing that it's going out of hand, by seeing that the disrespect is coming, is creeping in. So he did not give way for that disrespect. He said, go and get your husband. And this is where it gets deeper. It says, the woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier about marriage and fornication. Because you're just having sex with people and you say, yes, you're in a relationship. Yes, it's your man or it's your woman. But you know deep down there was no intentions of pursuing anything deep. It was just for the time being. It was temporary. And this is the life that a lot of single people love this in this culture. And single means horny. You just put different terms. So you'll say, okay, Bible study, yes. So you're doing a Bible study for 3 months with a certain member. And after 3 months, you change your studies with another person and another person. It says up here, for thou hast had 5 husbands. So guess what? These types of Bible study last 3 months. So for 3 months, you're with this man or with this woman. That finishes another 3 months, another person. So for the entire year, you've had 5 husbands, and none of them were your husbands. Or you had 5 wives, and none of them were your wives. Because guess what? You did not meet her side of the family. She did not meet your side of the family. You did not try to integrate the children. You did not try to get into the household doing household chores, doing gardening. Yes, you might have plowed her land, watered her garden, but that's not the one outside. And this is the fornication that it is talking about. Because you're just single and horny, and then you say you want to have Bible study. So that's a political way of saying, I want to sleep with you. It's just like in the work field. You say you're single, but you have your work boyfriend. You see this in all these different institutions. Teachers, you find a lot of these single, horny women in the educational institutions. I have a friend who is a security at a school, and you'd be amazed to hear some of the stories about these, teachers, and also about mothers who are bringing their children to school, but talking about the teacher aspect of it now. So you see these people looking all elegant in their uniforms, but up here is different. They have totally conformed to the world, to the immoralities of the world, just waiting for another hot young male teacher to come in. So it's the same in the religious institutions. That's why so many of the religious people are single. They are horny. It says, for thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that saidst thou truly. So yes, what you said, you are correct. You don't have a husband. You just have a man that you're fornicating with. So even if he's wearing a ring, because a lot of you force this marriage quick, 2, 3 months, 1 month, you're already married, knowing that neither of you have any intentions towards pursuing each other. But that's a cloak that we cover ourselves in. The ideology of marriage, that's Adam hiding amongst the trees in the garden. So when it says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, you have to make sure that this person you're having sex with, your intention is to pursue after him, pursue after her. So you don't have to end up like this woman in John chapter 4, or the men who are in those situations. It takes a lot to end up in these situations, and in these situations where you find yourself settling in a relationship and it gets worse. You know when it gets worse? When the child gets involved. Knowing that you did not want to go far with this person, it was just sex for you, but you end up having a baby. Now there's a deeper connection. Now you're connecting to that baby, but you know that you're not proud of this woman being the mother or this man being the father of your child. Now you're mad at yourself because you have compromised. Just because you wanted to have the pleasure for 3 months, you have compromised your moral values, principles, and standards. And now here you are stained. Because the woman or the man that you didn't want anyone to see you with, guess what? They now bear the mark of your child. If you don't have intention to pursue a person, do not have sex with them. Do not engage in sexual activities with them or anything that can lead down that road. Just as he said, give me that water. Just as she said, give me that water to drink. Once you see that as a conscious person, that is your cue to put a stop into it. A lot of people love to entertain certain types of conversations that they know would go down certain roads. And this was why the Messiah said, go and call your husband. The moment that she asks, the moment that she makes such request, that's your moment as a conscious leader to stop it right there. Get your husband. Does your husband approve of such request? Is he in agreement with that? But a lot of men, it glorifies your ego to know that these women are coming on to you, especially if they belong to other men. Because you know you don't have to deal with the responsibilities of that aspect. But it glorifies the ego. When the husband is in the conversation, guess what? The entire nature of the conversation will change. So her mind has no opportunity to stray. Because the husband is in the light, the husband is in the know. It's the same with a lot of you men. If your wife is in the picture, you will know how to keep the conversation on a straight line. But when the wife is not there, you will cross the line. You start to entertain certain topics that are irrelevant or, that you shouldn't be having. Then it starts going into what? Misleading. You can put an end to your 3 months type of relationships, your Bible studies, or whatever you call it. If you cannot contain yourself, go and find a relationship and have a pure intention of pursuing the person and doing the duties of a marriage. Shalom.